In a move that left many surprised, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu appeared to publicly rebuke his defense minister and far-right coalition partner Itamar Ben Gvir. When he said on June 25th that calls for Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank to illegally grab land are unacceptable and ordered for them to stop immediately.
התגובה ההולמת לטרור היא להילחם במחבלים ובמקביל להעמיק את שורשינו בארצנו. ואכן, אנחנו מחסלים מחבלים במספר C וגם בונים בארצנו בהיקף רחב לפי תוכניות בנייה מאושרות, ואני מדגיש, מאושרות. אמירות שקוראות לתפוס שטחים באופן בלתי חוקי והפעולות של תפיסת שטחים באופן בלתי חוקי אינן מקובלות עליי. הן מערערות את החוק והסדר ביהודה ושומרון והן חייבות להיפסק מיד. לא רק שלא נגבה פעולות כאלה, הממשלה שלנו תפעל נגדן בתקיפות.
His remarks came after National Security Minister Ben Gvir visited an illegal outpost in the occupied West Bank last week and urged settlers to run to the hills in order to seize more territory with his support.
צריך ליישב את ארץ ישראל, יחד עם זאת, במקביל ליישוב הארץ, גם מבצע צבאי, להוריד בניינים, לחסל מחבלים, ולא אחד ולא שניים, אלא עשרות ומאות, ואם צריך גם אלפים.
Netanyahu's criticism also came a day after the country's security establishment criticized the recent spate of violence in the occupied West Bank, especially at the Jenin refugee camp, which left at least 7 Palestinians dead, and issued a statement where it said that the recent violence carried out by Israelis in Judea and Samaria against innocent Palestinians contradict every moral and Jewish value and constitute national terrorism. Meanwhile, Ben Gvir responded to Netanyahu's comments in a tweet, writing that he greatly respects the Prime Minister, but a right-wing government must realize its vision: settlement in the West Bank territories along with zero tolerance toward those who threaten that if we do not accede to their requests, there will be war, and added that Israel must not fold. These developments show that Netanyahu is under a lot of pressure. On one side is his own security establishment and the international community, particularly Israel's close ally US, which has also called the settlements an obstacle to the horizon of hope. And on the other hand is his far-right coalition partners who are holding the Netanyahu-led government together. Although Netanyahu publicly seemed to criticize his right-wing coalition partner Ben Gvir, he's also giving him exactly what he wants. On June 26th, a day after his statement, the Netanyahu government approved more than 5,000 new Israeli settlement homes in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem, which are considered illegal under international law. The units are at various stages of planning, and it was not immediately clear when construction would begin in the territories captured by Israel in 1967 and sought by the Palestinians for a future state. Observers argue that Netanyahu is playing a fine balancing act by publicly condemning illegal land grabbing in the occupied West Bank to appease the liberals in his country and his international allies, while giving what his coalition partners want. Israel's government, which took office in late December last year, is dominated by religious and ultra-nationalist politicians with close ties to the settlement movement. In addition to Ben Gvir, Netanyahu's finance minister Bezalel Smotrich is a firebrand settler leader, and he has been granted cabinet-level authority over settlement policies and has vowed to double the settler population in the occupied West Bank. Last week, the cabinet, led by Prime Minister Netanyahu, expedited the process of approval of settlement units in occupied Palestinian territories and gave sweeping powers to Finance Minister Smotrich, who has called for wiping out the Palestinian town of Havara. Netanyahu needs the far-right element for his party and his coalition to remain in power. if they withdraw their support for the Israeli Prime Minister for not getting what they want. It may lead to the end of Netanyahu's premiership. Netanyahu's government has made settlement expansion its top priority since its election, and only time will tell for how long Netanyahu will be able to maintain this balancing act amid pressure from all sides.